Hello everybody, welcome to the Sportiest stream. It's nice to see you all as I get my stream set up and ready. How's everybody doing? Hopefully all of you are having an amazing night. This night will just get a little bit better as well, as we have 3 matches for you tonight. And 2 of them planned for a couple days, and one of them just came in tonight. Here's these matches: Norick B versus Militia Esports, and that will have the most recent scheduled match, Overcast Arctic versus Astral Bebop. We'll end with Team Ignition Academy returning to the stream again versus Six Figures. Crazy matchups that I'm sure a lot of you would like to see, and I'm here to showcase them to you all and the rest of the world, whoever is available. As again, the first match, part of the up-and-coming cup, Season 2, it's Week 6, and it's Norick B versus Militia Esports, both teams at a 2-3 record currently. This series will break that similarity between these teams, and I mean, for both of them, a lot of their wins coming against similar opponents. For Norick, they had won their last 2 weeks straight. Week 4, they played against and they swept Norick, the main team on their organization, and after that, Week 5, they beat FLC Varsity 3-2. For Militia, they also took down Norick back in Week 3 with a sweep. Yes, they did. They took them down in Week 3. And then in Week 4, they played Golden Esports Purple, and they got a surprise win there. In Game 5, it went down to the wire, but also they beat Golden Arrow. And Golden Arrow, we saw them play as well. They saw them beat FLC Varsity, and so far these teams. So far for Norick B, they've been able to beat the teams below them. They haven't really done well beating the teams above them. Militia is going to be considered one of them. Norick's 3rd lowest on that bracket. They're going to need some pretty big wins if they want to make rounds here in this league. So the standings, only the top 4 of each division break out. Militia currently holding that 4th spot, tied in record with GHG Purple and Norick B. So with a series like this, there's definitely a couple things that are going to need to be decided, because this match, this late in the season, can really make or break your playoffs. It won't break for any of these teams here, but in a sense, if you lose this, it's going to be really tough to get back. As the lobby's made, we're waiting on both teams to join. And we're just making sure that we get to see everything getting itself sorted out. As I'm sure some people are filing in here from both these organizations. I've seen I've seen both Norick B and Militia before. I believe on this stream. I've seen Militia most recently in their match when they played against a very tough Missouri S&T Silver team. They lost 3-1 for Norick. For Norick B, I should say, because Norick is in the same group as them. I think I thought to see Norick B play against GHG Purple. They lost there in a sweep. A tough loss for them early on in the season. But as time's gone on, Norick B has gotten better and better at playing against these opponents. We'll see what changes they've made from then until now to get to this moment where they now go against Militia and have a real fighting chance to make it in. Whereas a couple weeks ago, a lot of people may have written off this Norick B team. Is now fighting in this tournament. They're trying to get themselves into those playoff spots. And again, to do that, they have to show up here in this series. It matters a lot. Prediction poll is up, though. So if you want to vote for who you think will win, now is your time to do that. As again, it is Norick B on the blue side and Militia on the orange. As both these teams, I know they're probably getting ready. They're probably getting their final things done. As I'm also awaiting again some responses from them. Most captains usually respond whenever they join, but not these ones, not yet. They haven't joined the lobby. Talk about a season like this. Both these teams do have, after this week, one more matchup. For Militia, they're going to go against FLC Varsity. And for Norick B, they got to take on Missouri S&T Silver. Now, and for Norick, that last week match is going to be a little bit tougher because And they're going up against Missouri S&T. They're currently in second. Although for Missouri, they play this week. They play FLC varsity. So if Missouri S&T wins this week, very likely they'll make it into the playoffs. So Norick, if they can win this week, there's no guarantee. So they'd have to play against Missouri S&T to guarantee that spot. For Militia, if they win tonight, same kind of thing, except they have FLC varsity after this. So an easier matchup as FLC varsity, looking like they're out of that playoffs. They're out of the playoff contention here, along with the Norick Esports A team. Unfortunately, for Norick, not been a good season for them, but their B team has done very well. Bit of a surprise. A lot of people knew Norick. They looked at this Norick B team and they thought that they would not do so well. They just got 2 massive wins in the last 2 weeks, and with that, I'm sure that's going to bring them some confidence into these next coming series. As here comes some fans of Militia already. Nice to see you all. Hello, Enrico. So right now I'm getting pinged by a lot of different people in Discord. My goodness. Just now is the best time to ping me, right? Just now. Well. Let's see what they're pinging me on. I see. Cool. Anyways, again, this series will come up very soon. This one could be very close, actually. Again, I haven't seen Norick beat ever since they lost in that sweep to Golden Esports Purple. Again, ever since then, they've gotten better. Just need to see again if they're going to continue that run or if Militia will make that stop here. As again, welcome everybody to the stream. It's nice to see you all. Make sure we get everything set up and ready to go before we head into our series. Making sure that everybody's ready. Of course, we have about a minute before our match start time, so you know, you can chill until then. But once this first series starts, it's going to be 3 series tonight. If you want to take a look at the schedule, here it is. It's also on my Twitter at SpottyFCRL. We'll start off with Norick B versus Militia Esports, then we'll go to Overcast, Arctic, Astral, Bebop in the Skyward series, and then we'll continue to stay in the Skyward series, but go up to the All-Star division. See Team Ignition Academy once again as they take on 6 figures. All these matches are not going to be nearly as close on paper though as this first one. Norick beat Militia. Both these teams have the same record. The other two a little more one-sided, favoring one of the team or the other. But all of these series have that ability to go the other way. As both teams are ready, start this series up right now. It's going to be all best of 5s tonight. We've seen a lot of best of 7s here, but there's no Premier Championship Series matchups here for us on the Sportia stream. Instead, it is going to be up and coming cup here with Norick B and Militia. Both teams looking really itchy. You saw there from Militia. They were ready to jump in. They really wanted to see themselves in this series, and here they are. It's Norick B on the blue side, having a much better season than the A team on their work. But to answer back is Militia, who themselves have not had the strongest of seasons. Both these teams all end up at the exact same record. Here as Vidal looking for a double tap. That was actually going towards the nets, but saved away by Spotlight. As both these teams right now competing to get into that top 4. Militia holding on to that 4th spot with their lives on the line. Because when you get this late in the season, playoff scenarios start to unfold. And right now, for Norick B, they're outside that spot, but have all the abilities to come back in and get it. Militia technically has a bit of an easier schedule as well as they get this first goal in this game. And by usual, I mean they're playing against FLC Varsity next week, a team that is almost out of the playoffs contention. So if they can get a win here against Norick B, they're going to be feeling pretty good getting into that last week of the up-and-coming cup. But still, they're fighting for these spots. They're fighting to get into that final bracket, and then maybe we can start to see some weird mix-ups here. So many teams, they don't do so well during these regular season matchups because there's really nothing on the line. As long as they make playoffs, they don't really care all that much, and some teams just do really well under pressure, and a lot of times these weekly matches don't really give you that kind of pressure. even more. Some teams are so good at adapting the play. Best of fives don't always give you that ability, but right now, Militia forcing Norick B to have to adapt to their pace because Spotlight will score this goal as net was left wide open for him. Zarby went for that boost instead of the net. And you see it cost him dearly. Militia up 2-0 in game 1. Only about a minute has passed and already they're trying to take this fight to the Norick side. But Norick, we know they're a strong team. We know they can answer back, and they played close to teams like GHG Purple. They even beat GHG Purple 2 weeks ago. And what is a pretty incredible upset, a pretty exciting result as well for Norick. Is now trying to push up is Militia. The one thing Militia does have issues with, though, is being able to maintain their pressure and maintain their composure on offense, because so many times they like to send all 3 players up. Well, as a playstyle, it is very exciting to watch. It's also not one that can be very easily countered. It doesn't take a genius to know how to be a team that likes to play super aggressive. You clear the ball hard, and you hold them on defense to get those goals and those counterattack plays. Spotlight now. It was it downfield, but bumped as well. Low boost for him. Still gets a touch over Zarby. But Willie is up the back wall. Dunked away by Grape. No pass in front. Instead, Militia going to keep pounding this net from the midfield. You can see they're trying to hold this fine line, this firm line. They are going to have to reset here. Juicy Duck. Was looking up for Grape, but Grape backed away. Okay, a double commit from Militia. And now a double commit from Norick. Grape, the net was actually open in front of him, but he didn't see it. Juicy Duck now to take it down. Demoed away by Vidal. Grape. Zarby beats him. Spotlight with one, looking for a second one, but Williams is there. And Zarby trying to control this one. Grape was the last defender there. They didn't get juked out in the midfield. Kept his composure, and I think really the reason why is because he didn't expect that kind of a dunk play. And for Norick, another dunk play, saved away by Juicy Duck. That ball was slowly trundling its way towards the net, and you definitely question at some points, even if you're a Militia fan, that ball was going in. It was only slim margins away from becoming Norick's first goal of this game and the series. Still though, Norick looking off the corner, but no follow-up. They reset to defense. And Spotlight coming with some speed, but he misses the ball. If it all to clear, Juicy Duck, once again, he's holding this line in the midfield. Even when the offense really isn't there to help him out. On account of being demoed on. Still not a problem for him, but Grape, once again, these early challenges from their third man from Militia, they're going to cost them dearly. They need to be careful when to challenge, because playing this all-in kind of offense has a huge amount of setbacks, and for Militia, the only way you can really do this playstyle like this and not have to worry is if you're really good at holding that midfield possession. But right now for Militia, it's kind of back and forth. They really aren't holding it against Norick. As now off the back wall of it all in front. Juicy Duck hits it off his own team's wall. Zarby saved away by Grape. As he misses this one, here comes the captain for Norick. But Militia playing strong defense. They haven't let a goal in yet. No matter how many mistakes they made on offense. It really is a passing play, but Juicy Duck cuts it out, looking for his Spotlight. Zarby with the touch, but Spotlight will answer with one of his own. Vidal. It's light. Militia trying to hold control here, but Norick B gonna do it themselves. Grape going in for a challenge. Almost took it away from Spotlight there. Militia, and I'm noticing a lot of it comes from Grape. He's looking a bit antsy, looking a bit nervous. Maybe even sometimes a little bit out of position on his side. You can see he's starting to cut off his teammates in some of these plays, but sorry, none of them have been countered by Norick. As this game 1 looks like it'll end in a Militia win. Norick B, though, not without their chances. They've definitely showed that they can come back in these games, but still no goals for them. They had a good showing of offense, especially taking advantage of the mistakes that Militia did make at points in this game, but they have a shutout win. Game 1, a great start from Militia. Again, the only real mistake I saw from them was Grape jumping in when he really didn't have to. A lot of those third man plays were coming from him. If he can just keep himself calm, keep himself a little more grounded, then this would be and then all those mistakes, they could be washed away. Norick would have a tough time answering back. Militia now one game closer. It's the best of 5, so all I have to do is win 2 more games in the series. It's easier said than done though against a team like Norick. Militia With one game as the favoring them. We can see what they will do in game 2 as Zarbi has left. It looks like maybe he left early or maybe he was trying to get a card change. I think he's getting a card change. But wait for him, don't worry, that's not an issue. Happens a lot actually. More than you think it would. As right now telling us one moment. is he taking a pee break? That happens. That happens a lot as well. You might, maybe he's taking, I don't know what's happening over there, but we're just gonna wait for, that player to reconnect for Norick. Maybe they're actually having internet issues. Of course, that is also a possibility. Again, we're just waiting on Zarbi to come back. Norick B, Militia. Series that started out with a game 1 that won in Militia's favor, but if you just look at the scoreline, I would not be telling you the full grasp of these games, as Norick had an offense, they had chances, but they really didn't put any of them away, and a lot of it just kind of dried up for them, as we are still waiting for Zarbi. I don't know what's happening to him. I would have to ask him, as, oh, they're actually going to bring in a sub here. Desma jumping in. Weren't happy with game 1, with the game 1 performance from Zarbi, and they're going to bring in Desma, one of their 2 subs, to play in this game for them instead. I guess we're ready for game 2 then. As soon as both these teams are ready, we'll get ourselves going. Let's see, it's just a last check to see if they are ready. But with a player jumping in like that, I feel like they are going to be making that sub with Desma. Still in another moment, they're still not fully ready right now. Might have to check with Rot Relias and see what's happening over on his side. Norick B. I assume not maliciously, is, delaying this second game a little bit. They have time to sort out any issues they're having. It's probably a tech issue. Although I have not heard from them what the the official reason is, but I'm sure we'll get an answer from them soon enough. On what's happened here with Zarbi and why they're not playing with Desma. It looks like they're trying to get Zarbi to reconnect. Yeah, it's a tech issue here. As you learn something new. Apparently Zarbi is a Switch player, so that's new. I don't see a lot of those every day. But now they're back for game 2, and they are going to be playing with Desma anyways. Seems like they're still having to wait to get him to reconnect here. Well, it's either Zarbi who's playing on the DS, or it's Desma. But no matter what, they are back in here to game 2. Militia, after a long amount of time waiting, trying to come back with some confidence here. They did so well in game 1, but all that momentum might have just been washed away after that tech pause. Norick B, gonna find something in their favor. Desma to miss. Grape. Actually, great pass to himself, looking out for Spotlight, but Spotlight was just under the ball. He really couldn't challenge that one. Militia, gonna get the ball out. Oh, great challenge from Grape. That's where the speed really does become useful. And Militia, again, they hold that fine line in that midfield. They try to challenge a lot in that midfield. Sometimes it hurts them, but plays like that out of defense is why you want to keep a strong midfield. Because if you can challenge early in there and win the midfield, the offense essentially is yours, and you get to hold it a lot longer than you might be used to. But Militia right now, playing a lot more defense. Spotlight. Going up for a solo play, gonna dribble that out, pass it all. Right, well, the last one, he dunks him through. Spotlight does it himself, says, who needs teammates when you got mechanics like these? Let me just get over you, and let me, right, you can't beat me, I'm gonna dunk you out here. Militia, a beautiful goal to get them started in game 2. Norick B, caught, having to watch as Spotlight dribbles over all 3 of them. Spotlight now, once again, going for another play out of defense with a dribble. Williams to Duncan, but Juicy Duck in mid towards Grape. He'll try to bounce this one off the corner. Williams looking to predict it. He'll get the catch and the dribble. Open room here for Norick B to get some offense and penetrate through. Juicy Duck stops it. Oh my goodness, he just destroyed the ankles of Vidal. Vidal literally couldn't stop his momentum there. Maybe made him look a bit silly, but Militia still having a lot of difficulties actually getting offense and holding it. Solo play goal, a great start for them, but with this kind of pressure from Norick, I think they might be able to add, but it is going to be Militia on offense again. An open and miss from Juicy Duck. And you can't be missing opportunities like that when you have so few shots. Spotlight. I would call that a confusion tactic. He went on his head. He's now in front for Juicy Duck. Still confused on what Spotlight was doing there. He flipped his car upside down and then he went on his head. So, well, I'm sure there's a reason for everything. Grape, looking for almost a tight angle double tap. Juicy Duck towards the back wall. In here for Spotlight. Couple whiffs, but no goals just yet. Grape trying to see if Norick B will make a mistake. Williams, very dangerous positioning, and Grape will catch him on it. Williams knows that was an error from his part. As you could just tell after that first catch, it was going immediately down. He had to chase after it. And he saw that Grape was going to challenge him. Even if Grape went for the 50-50, it was going to go in. And he knew he just had to hope that Grape wouldn't challenge early. But Grape, he read the play. And Norick B, a mistake, an error, a blunder. To give up another goal. But Militia, this is all they really need to win out a game. You know, they're still looking for more. Spotlight towards the net. Vidal up. Drape's trying to challenge him. Spotlight again. Dunks out Rottweiler's. Juicy Duck waiting back. Rottweiler's looking for a bump, but he does get Juicy Duck out of the way. As Juicy takes it back to his corner. Pinch outward. Off the ceiling. Looking to beat out Vidal. But also wins it. But Spotlight now can dribble out. And that pressure does have to force him to shoot a wide. Desma. Again, the sub. So far for Norick B, it hasn't really been a change yet in this game. Even though they have still, again, kind of offensive chances. They're not a team without them. Here comes a chance, though. And Williams will finish. Norick B finally have done what they haven't been able to do so far this series. Score. Williams uncontested. Will not have an issue with that angle. It's taken them, if I can count, it's taken them 8 minutes and 13 seconds to get that first goal. But Norick B will be happy that they have it. Vidal. Pass off to Desma. Desma, 50-50, but Demo's out Juicy Duck in the process. Militia. Not willing to advance too high. Their defense, though, a bit scrambled. Rip jumps back there to get the save. Juicy Duck. Right now, a bit aimless here from Militia. They really don't know what their positioning is going to be. All of them sitting so deep in their own half. A far cry from the aggression that they're known for. But Juicy Duck, fake past one, flick over the other. So far, when they do break out, it's so quickly and it's so fluidly. As Juicy Duck fakes into it all, and he pops this one past Desma. Sometimes the simple plays are all that you need to score. Didn't go for a flick, didn't go for a demo play, just instead went for what he knew he could do. A simple pop-up over that last defender. Militia. In game 2 right now. Trying to take this lead, trying to add more to it with Grape. Saved away by Rottweilers. Juicy Duck to the corner. Not a lot of boost to his name. Not a lot of a play instead either. As a Norick team all jumps out to get that ball. Grape to answer back with a clear of his own. Norick is trying to break out as quickly as possible, but with Militia pressure on them. And a Militia taking their boost. And sitting this far back, it's going to be tough to answer as Grape now upfield, but Desna trying to pass down for Vidal. Chance for Norick B, but cut away by Militia as they put it into their own corner. Vidal now. Maybe a shot, a dunk play on Grape towards the net. Saved away by Juicy Duck. Spotlight the clear. Desma slow. Norick B trying to hold a bit of a clamp here in these last seconds. Looking for a goal to answer back. It's Williams. Denied by Grape. Militia hold on to their 2-goal lead in the final seconds. And that'll be all they need. Norick B, not enough time to respond here. As Militia now only 1 game away from winning this series against a team with a similar record. And a win for Militia would be massive for them in the up-and-coming cup. But a sweep, that would be monumental. Both of these teams, they need wins to get playoff spots. Militia holding the 4th spot right now, that last spot. Getting wins when they need them, going to be important. Both these teams as well. Winning not just important to get a playoff spot, but also to get an even record. Both these teams have not really enjoyed that success so far. For Militia, though, they had a 2-2 record. For Norick, they have never had a winning record. Well, now they have to win all 3 games if they want to have that chance at it. As this season of the up-and-coming cup has 7 different weeks. If Norick loses this game, they'll never have that chance. It'll be really difficult for them to even get into that playoff spot. Nonetheless, hold it. In their final week, they have to play against a very tough opponent. If I take a look, they have to play the opponent of Missouri S&T, Silver, team that we saw beat Militia just last week. Listen now, up 2 games in the series. All they need is 1 more. Norick B looking for an answer, but so far it's just been too little too late for them. In the offense, Militia has done a little bit better at taking advantage of them. Juicy Duck, flip reset, uses it towards the net, off the post. No follow-up. What really is gutsy play to not actually challenge that one. Instead, turn away, go back to his net. And he really made it at the right time as well, because that was when the shot was being made. That's when the shot was already looking off target. Norick B on offense. Desma infield for what really is off the crossbar. Vidal to answer. Yeah, it's gonna go to the bottom right corner. And Norick B, for the first time in this series, grabbed themselves a lead. And it's taken all 3 players to do it. Desma down to Rottweiler's, and he passes it out in front for Vidal. Norick B make the offense count earlier in this game rather than late. Militia have to now play down a goal. So many teams, when they are down in the game, they have so much difficulty actually getting back. Militia, they just need to keep their poise, not get too desperate for anything. There's still 4 minutes remaining. Juicy Duck. It's gonna try to flop this one towards the net. Probably is going to save it pretty easily. Double commit from Militia, but still getting back to it is Grape. Can't get past the talented defender of Desma Vidal. They'll dribble out, but Juicy Duck beats him to it. Spotlight up, spotlight down, spotlight. Double taps it in! I was holding my breath there. Militia definitely had that opportunity open for them, and Spotlight makes it work. He's been scoring a lot of beautiful goals this series, and that one, definitely another nice goal. Spotlight to double tap it in past Norick B. There's no chance as a defender you can really beat him to it. And the challenge there, just so awkward, they were out of position. They really didn't have a lot of boost to their name either. Norick on offense, but Juicy Duck hits it to the side. Rottweiler is looking for demos. He misses this ball, instead it'll be Vidal to shoot. But it won't really challenge Spotlight, it's too weak. And Militia now cleared away. Dribble back by Norick. A demo from Juicy Duck. And this failed clear from Rottweiler. All the more a little bit stressful for this Norick team, because they know that there's no one behind them to save them if the play doesn't materialize well. But Juicy Duck, offense from Militia. That really is. Oh no! Almost a perfect recreation of Game 2. And unfortunately for Rottweiler, it's in another really terrible position. Once again, having trouble with the ball in front of his own net. He can't catch it properly and take it above his crossbar. Instead, dribbles it in front, and that's another error from Rottweiler. Again, so similar to the same one he made in Game 2. And just like Game 2, it resulted in a second goal for Militia. Now, on offense, Militia looking for a third. Juicy Duck can control this. Early challenge from Rottweiler and Vidal. Militia, though, trying to find a way to break out. Vidal in front. Couple whiffs. Desma, open net, and he'll score it. Militia was caught sitting on their back line. And Juicy Duck needed Grape to make a better touch here. Needs Grape to make a touch here. Because he is caught sitting on that back wall. The French defensive style, as it's known, does have that one weakness to it where if the ball is sitting in front of your net, you really can't challenge. Militia now have this game tied up against them. Spotlight towards the net. They'll just take a lead right back, though. Off the kickoff, Spotlight scores his third of the game. 3 for 3 as well. Spotlight not missing. Taking every chance he can get, and he's making them look good. Militia right now relying off the back of Spotlight's offense to keep them in this game, keep them with this lead. Because right now, Norick looks like the better team right now. They do. They look like the more well-rounded team. Militia, though, again, doesn't matter how well-rounded you are, as long as you're playing strong, as long as you're winning. Who cares how you get those wins, some might say. Spotlight now. This one actually is in field for Norick, but Olias misses his touch, and Juicy Duck will clear it over it all. Juicy Duck, one-on-one, will put it in front for Spotlight. Misses, Juicy Duck to follow, and it's in. Another goal with Spotlight's help, as he really almost scored this one here, and again, almost 4 for 4, but puts it off the post. Juicy Duck, though, able to follow through, clean up on the offense. As Norick B need to find an answer. They need to find one soon. But really is to himself, past one. But Spotlight's the last one back. Looking to fire this one upfield, but Vidal clears it away. Spotlight towards the net. Desmond a save. But really is looking for a redirect play, but misses this one in the midfield. And Norick once again have to reset. They're going for some pretty competitive plays. They're going for some pretty good plays, but they just can't hit them right now. And a defense, but really is beats the last defender. Dribble play, Grape jumps on in. And that is where your third defender can play a bit aggressively when he knows his teammates are coming back. But really is towards the net. Juicy Duck up first, but he misses, and he called off Grape on that play too. A bit of a meltdown here from Militia. The roles flip to the wrong people. As here, Grape, he has to call that one off. He has so much of a better touch there. Juicy Duck didn't actually have to go for that play. He panicked. And Rotwell is, and the Norick B team will have a goal in their favor. This game's still close. Now Rotwell is off kickoff. Hot by Juicy Duck. Dribble play over Vidal. Pinch play? Oh my goodness, Juicy Duck! I asked the question there, pinch play, if he could get it. And you know, sometimes you watch players and you think they don't possibly have that chance of getting it. But Juicy Duck got it here. What a touch from Juicy Duck. Being able to get it, had to position himself well for it. Great play from him. Militia now have some insurance, but Norick B looking to answer right back. Grape to clear though. Williams infield. No challenge from the Norick, and Militia will put it into the corner, make Norick B have to play a little bit slower. Now the midfield of it all. High up, Williams last one back. Trying to dribble play, but Juicy Duck beats him. Juicy Duck on offense. Williams with a dunk play challenge. Vidal. And no challenge from Norick. Now's not the time to play defense. They need to push up. Series on the line with eventually their whole season on the line. Comes down to moments like these. Who's going to play clutch when they need it? Can anybody play clutch when they need it? Militia. Maybe looking for one more goal to end out this game. And to put Norick B and their series hopes to bed. But Norick have a chance back. Williams will put in the open shot. This game having more twists and turns than an interstate highway. As Norick B continuing to find a way to respond, but they need one more goal. And it's going to have to come off of some pretty creative quick-off strats. A fake from Militia. You don't usually see that from the team in the lead. And now Norick stuck on their own end. Shot by Militia off the crossbar. Spotlight. Follow through's missed. Vidal downfield. Vidal. Last second. It's going to go in. Norick B have done it. They've scored off the kickoff. Spotlight went for that shot. It was looking like a goal from Militia, but he didn't put it in. And Norick B have answered. With 1 second remaining, we have another kickoff. Does this game even go to overtime? They have to keep the ball up here. Norick B with the favoritism. Vidal. To Williams to dribble. Challenged by Juicy Duck. A game for overtime. And what was looking like a pretty routine win for Militia has now become the platform for an epic comeback for Norick B. Spotlight. Mark Williams to challenge Norick B right now. Have that grit, have that determination. They have the offense too. They still need to get a goal. Grape, the pinch, Vidal can't challenge this one. Looking in field though for Robot Williams. Uzi Duck clears it away. Probably maybe the one that called on the challenge there, but Williams the dribble. Pass 2, but Grape's the last one back. He waits far back, and now on the solo play. Double tap, looking towards the net. Desma gets the save. Or rather, clear that shot wasn't on target, but Militia now have to reset once again. An offense from them. A bit stagnant. A bit slow. And now Norick with offense, with chances. I told you they are looking like the better team this game right now. But Militia have done pretty well at putting in the chances they get. Spotlight the clear, but Desmond a dunk. Juicy Duck had to react fast to that play. And now Militia on offense. Juicy Duck towards the net, but Rottweiler to clear it out. Vidal dribbles. Gonna keep it close to himself. Just can't beat out Spotlight's challenge. Juicy Duck. The Spotlight nerves here for both these teams, definitely mounting. You can only imagine what they're feeling right now. You can only imagine how much this series matters to them. For Militia, they do have technically an easier matchup in their final week on paper, but still, they need to win against Norick B. And a goal here will do that. But with how limited their offense has been, with how Norick B have played aggressively more and more as this series has gone on, it could be them to win it out here and to get themselves a good run back, but it's Militia to answer here. And Militia will say it won't happen. A sweep in the series. The comeback from Norick B. Well, we all but got into time. Militia. They can breathe a sigh of relief. The series is over for them. They almost had an absolute meltdown at the end of this game. It was not looking hopeful as well in that overtime. A lot of shots for them, but really their offense was getting cut down here by Norick B. But still, overall, they win the series out in a sweep. It's not easy for them, but for Norick B, a devastating loss. What could be the end to their playoff dreams. But Juicy Duck and Militia are still going to have to fight in the next week to secure them. You're going to get an interview with Militia. They wanted it. I know they wanted it. I'm going to make sure that they can get it too. Juicy Duck are going to join us here for us. I'm sure he's going to get as much of his team available as possible for it. I'd be excited to bring them in. Be an exciting series. Oh, sorry, it was an exciting series, but it could be something crazy here in the interview. We could talk with him. I'm sure that he knows just how necessary that win was for them, and he knows just how tense these playoff scenarios are going to become for them. They're not the only ones fighting for it. Again, Norick B is also fighting for it. They still have a chance. FLC Varsity, while they're not having a good season, they could still find a way in. I believe there's still a chance, actually, for them. Interstellar Luna and Missouri S&T still haven't secured it. So there's still some teams that are going to make it in. GHE Purple right on Militia's heels. A win like that for Militia, though, is going to help them for Golden Esports Purple. They're playing against Norick, so yeah, again, a win that's going to help them. But Militia, they're still not out of the running. And for Golden Esports Purple, they're just continuing to chase them down. But what it looks like Norick B, their playoff hopes are really difficult here. A 2-4 record going into the final week. They have to win, and they have to win big against a Missouri S&T Silver team that should, by theory, make it in, but it's not secured for them. For a lot of these leagues, again, they're so small, only 8 teams, only 4 spots. It's pretty tough to secure your spot until the final week. As again, a massive win for Militia. A 3-0 sweep as well. Didn't see that one coming with these teams having 2-3 records, and Norick B mounting so much momentum for them. Coming into this, so much positive praise. Ultimately just didn't show up on the field. Militia just playing well. Looks like we are going to get all of the players available here for Militia. And welcome to the interview. Congratulations on your win, Militia. Juicy Grape, how does it feel to know that your playoff chances are still very likely?
I to me it feels great because I really want a shot again at Missouri S&T. Those are my boys. Hot dog of doom out there. He's my baby daddy. So getting to see them again is good. That's our ultimate goal. We want to go see we can push through in the playoffs.
And I like that. And you know, you had to show up in this series against Norick B. Great. Did the fact that they had the same series as you concern you? Did the fact that they had 2 wins in their last 2 weeks concern you? Did the fact that they beat JG Purple, who is currently nipping at your heels, concern you? Or what was it that got you guys a 3-0 sweep? Because to me, that was an absolute surprise.
Um,
Uh, I I just pretty much just stuck to my guns, played the game like if it was any other game. I did like a meditation session before the game to like calm my heart rate. So I stayed really relaxed the game and just did what I had to do.
Yeah, but it couldn't have been relaxing in Game 3, Spotlight.
Um,
You
or was not.
guys almost had an absolute complete meltdown. It went to overtime after Norick B made an incredible comeback in that last minute. Spotlight, you must have been thinking that, that this game you could have lost it. I'm sure, that thought could not have, could had to have been in your mind, knowing that, this Norick team coming back and knowing how well they play. You got the win in the end, though. What was it that was able to help you guys out? What was it that you kind of told yourself that kept you guys going in this third game and kept you thinking that that this game is still completely yours to win?
Well, when we got into overtime, we all like said in the chat, it's fine. We can still win this game. So I think, I mean, we did beat them by a lot in other 2 games. So once we got into overtime, we were like, felt like we could still win. So
honestly, thinking about that one, I'm mid game that one we were kind of like okay, we're kind of throwing here a little bit. Kind of just looked back inwards. We're like okay, um, we got the first 2 games on them pretty easily. Didn't really have to try too hard for it. So we felt that honestly, I felt that we could easily get some dubs going, get the final third pretty easily. But when we went to OT, I was like, you know what? We played teams that are twice our rank, and we've been able to beat them in scrims. No worries here. We'll go crazy.
Again, I like that confidence, and I also want to ask you as well. Again, the playoffs, you have a pretty good chance of making them, but it's still not secured. You still have to play FLC Varsity next weekend. Your biggest opponent right now, your biggest rival is Golden Esports Purple, as they're standing right behind you there. They're not that far behind, and they're currently playing against Norick in this week. If things go as most would expect it, that means that they're still going to be chasing you in next week as well. What do you think of this? You have your next match against FLC Varsity. They have to play against Interstellar Luna. It is technically an easier road for you, but you can't take any chances. You can't just tell yourself that you'll make it in because it's still definitely not secured.
Yeah. So thinking about that, we've never really been secure on our in our games. We played a lot of teams that are like we played Swag Ecstasy. Shout out to them. Shout out to Interstellar and also Missouri. Those 3 teams really got us ready. I think when we played against IMMO Drake, so we went 3-2. That's when we really realized that you know what, we just 3-2. We're one of the only teams that's 3-2, the top guys on our division. Like we still believe we're contenders. So knowing that GHE is nipping at our heels is just kind of like another day, I guess, because at the end we beat them in overtime in game 5. So I think it was a minute into OT. So they are definitely a good roster. But I feel like if we can play the way we've been, and with Spotlight stepping up huge tonight and Grape coming up real clutch, I feel like we can definitely run away with it off of this FLC varsity team.
Yeah, I like that. And, I want to hear your predictions. What do you think for your next week's matchup between you and FLC Varsity, as well as, the other matchup that is really important to you? I mean, they're not the only team that has a chance of making it in, obviously. Norick B still has that chance, actually, I believe. And I believe even FLC Varsity has a chance, especially if they win this week against their opponents. But what are your predictions for your matchup next week, yourselves versus versus FLC Varsity? And then what do you have for that Golden Esports Purple and Astral Luna match? I want to see what you guys have as your predictions. Kind of lay it down right now. Too early predictions, but it doesn't really matter.
Okay, so I'll give you my golden hour. I'll give you my golden hour interstellar one here. Golden Hour Esports is a good team. Don't get me wrong; they are definitely a team that everyone should be taking seriously in this league. Like hats off to them. They played one hell of a series against us. But Interstellar Luna at the same time, we started off this season with a inconsistent roster, and we ended up getting 3-0'd by them. I'm pretty sure Pickle Rick or something like that. I think it was Pickle Rick or something on Interstellar Luna. That was really clean, really good at the game. So I feel like they're gonna rely a bunch on him. So I don't see Interstellar Luna losing this series. Honestly, I see them taking a 3-1 win over them. Golden Hour Esports is good, but I feel like Interstellar's been doing really well recently. So I definitely believe in them.
Like it.
But
I like. So wait, what's your final prediction? What do you expect? You expect Interstellar Luna to win? By how much?
I'm gonna say a 3-1 series, and I'm gonna be honest. I don't see the games being super close. I see them being more spread out, like a 4-1, 5-1 type games. Because when Interstellar Luna gets one, they get two, they don't stop. So I feel like Golden Hour Esports, if they find a way, if they can beat them, and they've really improved. So I just don't see it happening, respectfully.
And I like how you completely avoid your own matchup against FLC Varsity. But
Well,
I'm assuming that the prediction for that would be like a 3-0 sweep.
we don't really we want a 3-0 sweep. Grape and Spotlight can attest to this. Our goal after we lost to Missouri State was, you know what, we're gonna 3-0 the rest of the season and we're gonna come into playoffs hot. We've had multiple team meetings and talks, figuring out what we can do better, and honestly, with our coaching staff that we have right now, we're going to get better. So I see FLC Varsity. I haven't heard much about them. Haven't really looked into them either. So I can't really say we're gonna whoop them or we're not gonna whoop them. So I see like maybe worse come with the way we're playing right now. With the Grapes, I'm loving Grapes' rotation right now and the way he's playing the ball. He's really sped that up. Spotlight is just an addition for air dribbling. That's just like, shit, give him a 3-on-1 or a 1-on-3, and he's still gonna fuck your team up. So put it right there.
All right.
But
He's
I
breaking the.
honestly
That's how emotional he's breaking the rules of the interview.
like I know I don't want to be like, I'm trying not to be a dick or anything rude.
My
Like,
goodness.
my boys know how to play. So I feel like when we're coming up against FLC Varsity, they've struggled a little bit. So I feel like we're gonna have the momentum on our side for us and my boys to come through and either sweep the series or make sure that we just take it as a win. So
Yeah, I like the confidence that you guys have coming in. Before you leave, do you have any shoutouts that you want to make before we go to our next series?
I'm gonna let Grape start this one off, and then I'll go in after Grape on this one. So
I just want to give a shout out to my family for supporting me. A shout out to my son Andy. I'm doing this for you, son, and I love you.
Spotlight is Spotlight, so I don't know what he's doing it for, but he's going crazy.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna shout out my boys at Missouri S&T. I love you guys. You guys are fucking great. Enrico, want to scream you guys again soon. I want to see you guys in the playoffs. I feel like you guys are one of the top rosters here. My shout out to my number one fan, Hot Dog of Doom, and his support. I guarantee if I watch his Twitch stream or I look at my DMs in the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna have a message from him. So, and then lastly, I'm gonna shout you out, Sporty. We really appreciate the streaming, and our fans back home are really appreciating this as well.
Oh, thank you so much. Again, congratulations on your win, a massive 3-0 sweep win. I know you're going to want to continue this momentum for next week. There might be a chance I get your match next week. Who knows? But again, congratulations on your win tonight. Any last words before we end the interview?
As a captain of Militia Esports, we have had a rough start to the season, but we're not down and we're not out. We're coming for everybody up top. Don't care who you are. You beat us once, we'll beat you twice. So, best of luck to everyone else in the league, but this is ours to win.
I love the confidence. That's exactly what you need from a captain. Again, congratulations on your win tonight. A massive one for all of you. Have an amazing evening. Go take care and enjoy, feeling the kind of success that you had tonight.
Awesome. Thank you, Sporty.
Well, I'll end that interview. And yeah, we are going to go to a quick break here, but before we do that, take a look at that schedule. We've already had one of our 3 matches completed here, as Norick B will lose in a sweep to Militia. Now we got Overcast, Arctic, Astral, Bebop coming up next. We'll end with Team Ignition Academy, 6 figures. That's about an hour and 20 minutes from now. But right now, we're going to go to a quick break. We'll see you guys very, very soon. It's going to be Astral. It's going to be Overcast, Arctic, and Astral Bebop. Hey there, guys. I see you there, Jorgen. Hello, how are you doing? Yeah, we're gonna be a bit delayed here. I just had something pop up. I'll be back in with like 2 minutes or something. Promise it'll be quick. Again, while that's happening, you guys, um, hi, welcome to the stream. You guys are not late. Again, you'll have to wait like a little bit just to, because I am falling a little behind on something. Something just popped up, so be there. Don't worry. I see that comment there, Jorgen. Interesting comment. I'll say the least about that. Interesting comment. Thank you, I guess. Hello everybody, okay, I'm back now. Sorry about that. I've able to resolve everything. Welcome back to this video stream. And yes, I am a little bit late. I'm so sorry about that. But again, had something pop up. Luckily enough, it is all sorted out here. We have 3 series tonight. We've gotten past our first one. You saw Militia Esports sweep Norick B. Now we go on to our first of 2 Skyward series matches. Overcast Arctic versus their opponents in Astral Bebop. Should expect something good here from both of them. As I've definitely seen, I believe I've seen both these teams before. Actually, I definitely remember seeing Astral Bebop recently. Go is a pretty recognizable name. He has done commentary with me. And for Overcast Arctic, again, I think I saw them over earlier in the season. I would not be able to tell you when. That's why I'm gonna actually take a check here and see when. So I can recognize one of the matches. I might be able to recognize where I last saw Overcast. Yet again, this is part of the Skyward series of matches, as we're in our second to last week of gameplay here for any team in the league. Their spot's starting to become kind of the talk of the town here. And for Overcast, yeah, I think I saw them play Rapidly Darkening in the first week. And that's where I remember seeing them. But anyways, for these teams' playoffs looking a bit difficult. So far, for Astral Bebop, they're 5-1. They're in the top 10 that they need to be in. Albeit, a win here would probably guarantee it for them. For Overcast Arctic, they're 2-4. Almost impossible for them to get in, so they might be giving up on those playoff chances, but they can't give up right now. There's still some chance left, and for both these teams really end off the season well would be a pretty important thing to do. Again, we are making sure that again, we are just kind of confirming these teams getting in. There's also a prediction poll up, so I'm sure that might get some use as well. I mean, make sure to use it well. Make sure to go for who you think will win in this Skyward series. It's all best of 5s tonight, so the series will go by a little bit quicker than you expect. Guys, now it looks like we're ready. Both teams jumping in a little early here. I'll see if they want to jump, if they want to play early, if they want to wait a little bit. Just to ask him about it. And yeah, there's some Astral fans. Again, I've seen a lot of you before already. Having seen Astral play against Radiance recently. If I can find that match, the Radiance Eclipse Astral Emissions match. That was a good match, by the way. That was a really good series. I was trying to confirm with these teams if they're ready to start a little bit earlier than usual. Again, you still have a prediction poll open if you want to use it. I know a lot of you Astral fans probably will. The question is, will anybody go against your voting? There's usually at least 1 or 2 sneaky people who try to do that. There's also some follows coming in from PedX Trinix. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I see you there, Nate Desh. Hello. How you doing? Nice to see you. Well, it looks like both teams are. Looks like both teams are ready anyways. I guess it's on time, in fact, after all. So, again, a best of 5. It's a Skyward series. And both these teams are late in their playoff run. They're looking to get some wins when they need them. On the blue, Overcast Arctic. On the orange, Astral, almost an Astral Mission. That is the last Astral team we saw. Astral Bebop. Yes, here we go. Both teams starting off this series, and it is in the Challenger Division. Do I remember you? Yes, I do, Nate Dish. From Blackline. Weren't you on, like, Distinct Savants? If I remember correctly. The reason I think I remember you and your team is because you've been on my stream multiple times. Yeah, I do remember you. That's cool. I see you as an early goal here for Overcast Arctic. Nate Dash is trying to distract me from the actual gameplay ahead of us as Solid will get the pinch outplay and then Fatal Shadow comes in to clean it up. And speaking of Fatal Shadow, he just followed me as well. Thank you so much. And hey, there's Solo Nalo! Yeah, we got an Astral player here. By the way, congratulations on the win in the Bucket League, Solo Nalo. I know you've probably been hearing enough congratulatory stuff, but might as well say it again. This guy won the Bucket League, and I was very happy to cast that series with you guys winning. As now another goal for Astral. You can see this one coming from a mile away. As soon as Fatal Shadow jumps up for that one, well, it's done for. Because he has such a good angle on this one. I'm going to force Daffy Duck to maybe consider that left side. Instead, shoots it to the right behind him. As now Solid So Storyteller towards the back wall. No goals yet. But chances definitely will come for this Astral team. Solid though. They're dribble out, trying to get an early play going. Astral here are 5-1 in their season. Playoffs are pretty likely for them, but getting a win here could just help them, especially in the seeding aspect of that. Potentially getting maybe a more favorable matchup in the first week. And for all you Astral fans, well, this is a little bit nerve-wracking. Overcast Arctic have a 2-goal hold-up on your team right now. As Exodus is playing, I haven't seen that player on the field in a while. I feel like I remember that name from Indie Gaming League. Gosh, all that time ago. I mean, it feels like yesterday, but Astral on offense. Still saved away by Fatal Shadow. Pincher out. Daffy Ducks to respond towards the net. Chaotic didn't read this one, but he didn't have to. Arctic, though, sitting pretty far back. Astral trying to get some solo plays, trying to make these shots on the midfield, really the ones to put the dagger in the opponents right now. As a demo play can open up this net. Exigence off the corner, but no follow through. Side flip though from Fatal Shadow, and Overcast Arctic will get a clear out, but that side flick will not make things any easier for them because already back on defense. Storyteller, not a shot there. Solid Uwu up to himself. Bebop down up by 2. A demo play from Daffy Ducks. Fatal Shadow trying to clear it out, but Storyteller responds. As Dark Exigence was net, but stopped away by Solid Uwu. And now Exigence in front, saved away by Solid Uwu. Overcast Arctic just starting to hold up here on defense. Trying to become that brick wall that becomes impassable as time goes on. But for right now, Astral have been able to get some offense, but again, the defense has just been so strong from Overcast. They really can't find a way to break through. They have to get their shots from the midfield, which is just not the position they really want to be shooting in. Now Exigence in front. Daffy Ducks fakes it. Here comes Storyteller through that defense, but no goals, no shots even. Exigence up, but Chaotic beats him to it. Storyteller. And for Astral, you feel like maybe they have to start becoming a little more direct with these plays, because all these plays off the back wall, all these passes, potentially aren't really working, and you know, as soon as I say that, that's when they do decide to play direct, and Dark Agents will score straight from the midfield. As, I mean, Overcast Actor, when you play that much defense, when you keep sitting back that far, goals are bound to go in against you. Daffy Ducks can't pass in field. Solid Uwu to beat him to it. In front for Chaotic. They're back by Dark Exigence. Fatal Shadow off the corner, maybe looking for a response, but again for Overcast Arctic, more important to them is holding that 1-goal lead, because right now it's in danger. Daffy Ducks in front. Oh my goodness, Dark Exigence was trying to jump across and get that touch. Ducks in front again. Still no goals coming for them. They have one right now. Again, it just came from being direct, just come from just taking a shot from the midfield, putting it on target, and watching as Overcast had trouble to respond. This one saved away by Uwu. Storyteller. Maybe an air dribble. Second touch. In front for Exigence to score. And it's Storyteller once again to get himself involved as this one will pass it to Dark Exigence, who scores. I believe that's his 2nd goal. Yes, it is his 2nd goal of the game. That's not the right team. Astral comes back here. And now it's tied up, but with this kind of offense running for them generating so much, Overcast Arctic have to get their wheels back on the ground and rolling. As now that air dribble from Fatal Shadow could have helped him. Saldubu off the back wall. Daffy Ducks responds by a massive boom up clear. And just like that, Astral once again trying to hold up Overcast in front. Saw Daffy Ducks go for the demo play there. Trying to see if he could time it well with the teammate's shot, but it was a bit too fast for him. Exigence off the sidewall. He used to pass and field. He almost went for the shot himself. And now sitting on defense, Storyteller. So watch out his Fatal Shadow dribbles this one down. Final seconds with the dunk play. It's off the back wall. Chaotic. 2 touches. Every Ducks to clear away. Agents doesn't win this one. It will stay up, but... And that touch maybe wasn't the right one there from Overcast. Solid Ubu. Being by Storyteller. Now it's Astral trying to play the keep-up game, but it won't. It will hit the ground, and we go to a Game 1 overtime. Astral were down 0-2 in this game. Now they took 2 goals back, tied it up. And now have a chance of winning Game 1. By unlikely means for a team that is rated so well, but still a win for them would be good at this point in the season. They have not technically secured their playoffs, but they're so close that as long as they just do well in their last 2 matches, even if they lose both of them, they'll be fine. As that goal will actually become a goal there. I'm surprised that one went in. Don't even have really have a reaction to this one. His Exigence, so he gets a touch and then Shadow went across, but I think he got bumped into the goal by Storyteller. An unfortunate situation for Overcast Arctic. They lost this game after going up 2-0. A massive comeback from Astral Bebop. They look to see if they can continue to run like this. Really, as time went on, they just set up in the midfield. They held shop and they never let go. Never broke away. Astral Bebop up 1 game in this best of 5. They need 2 more. As again, the Skyward series, again, coming into the last 2 matches of the season. This is the second to last one. Overcast Arctic, I mean, they have to win if they want even a slim margin of a chance to get into the playoffs. They may already be out of the contention right now. Astral Bebop, they're in it, but they haven't fully secured. A win here could very likely do that. Game 2 in the best of 5. Astral Bebop. 1 last game in an overtime. It was a tough road to get there, but they were able to make it happen in the end. Wasn't a pretty win, but the best teams, they know how to win even when it doesn't look amazing, even when they're not playing up their best. As now, 2 commit. Chaotic. He's trying to pass and field instead. Fatal Shadow has to jump in and help him out, but that now leaves the backline vulnerable. Storyteller. Being out by Solid Ubu. Daffy Ducks to backflip and half-flip his way. He's trying to go upfield, but his boost is stolen. He's not going to have a lot to make any challenge. Still makes one, though. Now Astral on the offense. Exigence. Off the back wall. No one jumping forward here from Overcast. Instead, Fatal Shadow will read the shot coming in. Solid Ubu. Last 1. What's the orange side? Daffy Ducks. Lays it off to Exigence. And here comes Daffy now. Offense potentially for Astral. Shot downfield. Solid Ubu gets a save. And actually really good placement there from Solid Ubu on that direct outward. It looked a bit awkward. Don't know if it was intentional because it was moving well behind. It was moving a little too fast for himself, but he does get back. And now a goal for Overcast. As Solid Ubu will put this one in. Fatal Shadow almost had the perfect slot there in that top right corner. Bounces out favorably for Solid Ubu and he puts it crossbar and in. Right down skis. To favor Overcast Arctic. Astral has to find a response here. They did it in Game 1. I don't know how pleased they'd be to have to now do it again in Game 2, but response they definitely can make. Had to win last game in a comeback. Overcast upfield, but Daffy Ducks to save. What did it so well for Astros, the fact that they held that midfield so well at the end of the game, and now on offense, a goal for Agents. They don't really need to hold the midfield much here, because Agents, on his own, beats it past both these defenders, as really none of them could challenge him here, because if they did, that net was left wide open. So they had to wait for a shot, and he had all the advantages there, and he put it home. Astral now tie this game up. Nice one from Chaotic. May have actually been an attempted shot, but back the other way. Storyteller. Dribble it out. Get past one Fatal Shadow towards the net. Stopped by Daffy Ducks, but he's all alone here. He has to get a touch for bebop. And does. He gets a demo as well. And you can see Overcast having to sit further back because of it. Hop up on Storyteller. Arctic. Once again, looking for offense. Daffy Ducks. Gonna clear it out, but it's low. Fatal Shadow to dunk him. Storyteller. High touch. Follow-up potential. Misses, but Agents comes on through to help him out. And that's why you have a teammate follow behind you. A team that has good chemistry can follow each other up, even on their mistakes. As now, Daffy! Oh, what a shot! What a goal for Daffy Ducks! He took this one up to the ceiling because he had to avoid Fatal Shadow, and then he had to recover as well. Bring it downfield, use that nose of his car, because had he gotten any weaker of a touch, Salduo could have very likely come back, gotten that one out without too much of a hustle. But the second touch off that ground gets the power that ball needs to go into the net. Astral gonna live through game 2, trying to get a 2-0 lead. Really put the pressure on Overcast Arctic. Chaotic. Storyteller to respond with a touch on the sidewall. Can't flick past Fatal Shadow. But Aviducks off the back wall. No, it's gonna actually go off the ceiling. Going in front. A demo play. Bump off the back wall. No goals there as no third man came in. And cleared away by Fatal Shadow. Daffy Ducks to save. Oluwu. Can't beat our Storyteller. Massive midfield win here for Astral Bebop. As you see how awkward Overcast is on their side. Saved by Salduo. Fatal Shadow called into action. Salduo to clear it out. Overcast Arctic having to play some strong last line defense there. They do it. They make it happen. Now another save called. Fatal Shadow. Dunked by Storyteller. Agent stepping up aggressively here. Wins the 50-50. This Astral team not just holding this one goal lead. They want to get another one. They want insurance. They want a multi-goal margin. They knew that they're going to have to play again that kind of aggression. They also have to be careful on defense as well. Not to let anything happen because they are, again, in lead. They could win with this 2-1 lead. Obviously, they're looking for a 3-1. So again, they have so much buffer that it would be really difficult for Overcast Arctic to come back, but they're fine with sitting a little further back. They're fine with letting the ball kind of get into the side a little bit more. As long as they play strong defense, and so long as they keep that ball out of their net. This one from Storyteller, strong touch, but Salduo beats it, but Daffy Ducks in front. No shot there. Fatal Shadow beats one. Storyteller trying to get back. Using boost, it's dunked by Chaotic. Fatal Shadow. Dribble up the wall. Daffy Ducks will beat him. Storyteller. Oh, and I like that he kept that touch light. I like that he's keeping control here. Dribbling it upfield and pass in front for Exigence, no goal. Daffy Ducks, aggression. Open net. Open goal. And Astral Bebop finally find the breakthrough they need to get their third goal of the game. They're asking a lot of questions to get it. And here it comes. Astral Bebop. With a lead like this, you expect that this game's going to be over. Now we look in the game 3. Do we see a sweep from them? As my goodness, a dunk from Dark Exigence. And is now back the other way. Just to make sure that this ball doesn't become an absolute catastrophe here for Astral. And they won't. Dark Exigence. Maybe one more goal for the road. He will get it. And why not? They get a 4-1 scoreline to end it out. As Dark Exigence launches this one from the midfield. It's just a cherry on top for a great Game 2 performance. Astral Bebop. They can sweep this series. They only needed one more win. But how dominant this win was. Even though they went down again, or they went down early, they always find a way to respond, and they always have some really good midfield to offense play. A lot of times they set up from the midfield. That's what Arctic doesn't want to challenge. They don't want to push up. They don't want to play that aggressively. They don't want to have their rotations spread that thin. You can see Astral Bebop taking advantage of it. And we could very well be near the end of this series. If Overcast Arctic can't make a response. Game 3 on the horizon. Arctic's going to use as much time as they need to reset that momentum. Okay, they're ready now. Here we go to DFH Stadium. One more game win is all that Astral bebop need. Bebop. For all the channel points and really more likely for their continued success to get into those playoffs. A win here would be electrifying for them. Would be super hopeful in their future. Zhao exits downfield. Saved away by Fatal Shadow. Daffy Ducks. Off the corner. In front. Fatal Shadow gets it away. Really, you can see Overcast Arctic forcing the clearing out these balls instead of trying to dribble it, instead of trying to make plays happen. Astral Bebop, on the other hand, have been finding outplays, been finding passes. It's not all about always a clear game from them. As this one, a huge mistake! The Storyteller will almost put it in. Daffy Ducks dunked by Solarubu. In front for him. Shot! Saved by Storyteller! How did he get back to that one? That net looks wide open. And Storyteller just came out of nowhere and denied it. Astral on offense here. We know they like to be here. We know they find a lot of success in this kind of positions when they set up in that midfield, when they make solo plays, when they pass it out to each other from the midfield. And they respond to each other's touches. That is the Astral success that we're seeing right now. Exigence. Dribble out, past Fatal Shadow, but he gets bumped in the process. Chaotic trying to flow in upfield, but it's straight to Storyteller. Fatal Shadow doesn't read this one. Daffy Ducks in for the shot. It's off the back wall. No shots here. Chaotic. Gonna clear it away, but only for so long. Storyteller back upfield, and it will just find its way in. All of Overcast Arctic were on low boost, and they had to go back to get some. Storyteller knows this, and he takes advantage. There we go. Astral, Bebop, finally off to a start they would have preferred to have in these last two games. It's all due downfield. It's actually going to become a goal. Arctic responds right off kickoff. And if I'm not wrong, I was going to say, if I'm not wrong, this was created by an Astral player, Exigence. You wonder what he was thinking there, throwing that off his own back wall, when he had no need to do so. Arctic. Oh man, they have a goal right back against them. Astral Bebop off the kickoff now. And that's just a beautiful play from Exigence. A perfect pass up to Storyteller. You really couldn't have asked for anything better if you're the second man in that position. The series could be coming down to a close here as Astral now with the lead. We know they can add to it. Overcast Arctic have had more difficulties actually getting their shots well placed. And definitely when it comes to creating chances, Astral Bebop have them beat there. Storyteller. Drop down, Chaotic with the touch. And Fatal Shadow trying to get it out, but again, these clears only responded by an Astral Bebop player challenging. And now on offense, Exigence will put in the open net. Astral Bebop continuing to wreak havoc here. As Daffy Ducks, in that second touch, he didn't make it happen. And both players on Overcast Arctic bit on it. Exigence left the wide open back of the nets to shoot on. And with the Astral Bebop continuing to renew their offensive pressure, Overcast Arctic will have to respond with something courageous, because it's right now just a game that Astral Bebop are loving, Overcast Arctic are hating. Because Overcast just continue to get scored on by Astral. Dark Exigence. Good on field, but Saldu to respond with the touch of his own. Storyteller dunked. Astral just has to, again, hold the defensive line, keep it strong. They're still not out of the woods here. Overcast Arctic can still find a way to clamber back, but do so, they're going to get chances like that. They just aren't coming very often. They are currently they're in an offense drought. Fatal Shadow to clear away. This one will find its way on a Storyteller, and that's going to be a goal for Overcast Arctic. Out of nowhere, Saldu will be getting credit with this one. As Storyteller jumps over the ball for this challenge, instead of towards the middle. Game 3, not without surprises here. You would think that with the current scoreline as it is, Astral Bebop playing so well, but Overcast Arctic has shown life. Now, it's very slim, but there is life there for them. There is still a chance. There's still hope. Light at the end of the tunnel for them. But they need to grasp onto it, and they need to hold onto it with dear life because it's dissipating. It's disappearing from their view. Exigence. And let this time tick away. That Redux in front. Maybe a pass, but again, Overcast, they don't really need to play aggressive. They don't need to go for goals. They don't need to be greedy on offense. All they need to do is continue to play their game, and maybe they'll get goals in the process. They do. Storyteller will get his hat trick, as this game has been one that he's liking. As Storyteller just puts this one over Chaotic's head. Oh, Astral Bebop. Again, maybe a sweep of this series. Trying to make this matchup quick and simple for them. Daffy Ducks. Storyteller. Off the corner in front, but Zaldu gets a touch away. Follow up from Exigence. Off the back wall, drop down in front. Storyteller and Exigence both jumping, but only one of them will call. It'll be Storyteller to do it. Oh my, Astral Bebop. You want to add a little bit of flair in this game? It's Storyteller with the ground pinch goal right under the challenge from Fatal Shadow. A beauty from Bebop. And of course, Storyteller to get it. Of all three players on this team, he's the one who's been going for more of the mechanical plays. Storyteller misses this, but Exigence coming through. Another big miss. Storyteller looking back for Daffy Ducks to put one upfield, but Chaotic with the dunk. And you know, for Overcast Arctic, don't want any semblance of hope. I mean, a goal here, it has to happen. But it's just too, I think it's just too much here for them. Storyteller on offense. Back wall. Look, actually, maybe we could have gotten the double tap at Chaotic missed, but we're not in that alternate dimension. Overcast Arctic. Gonna have this game end quickly because, I mean, for them, this has not been a very nice-looking series. It's gotten more and more one-sided as it's gone on. I think that really does give credit to what Astral Bebop have done to continue mounting on pressure. As now, challenge in front, Chaotic misses. Fatal Shadow didn't expect it. A lot of whiffs here, as no team can hit the ball. They'll favor Bebop though, because they don't mind as long as time is ticking off that clock. They're gonna have a good game-free win. Again, they're just trying to see if they can maybe add another goal to this one late game. Why not? They're up by 4. There's no chance of them losing now. They're just going to let this game tick away. I think both these teams want this series to end. But only one of them will be happy, and that'll be Astral. As Exigence gonna get one more goal for the road. A second left on the clock. As Astral Bebop just decides to prolong this game, prolong their win just a little bit more. And prolong my breath a little bit as well. As they will sweep their opponents. I believe with that loss, that it basically means that it is over here for Overcast Arctic. No matter what that happens in Week 8, I don't believe there's a chance they can come back and make it into the playoffs. Astral Bebop, though, with that win, may have actually secured the playoffs. I don't believe they have, but they may have, actually. There's a very good chance they have just secured playoffs. If not, we'll see what other results in the league do. But again, a good win. This is going to make their Week 8 matchup much less stressful for them. If you're any of these teams getting into the playoffs, having the least amount of stress as possible is always a good thing. As Astral Bebop, Week 8, they have to play Odyssey Valhalla. Odyssey, a team that is also 2-4 currently, so again, getting these wins against teams that are below them in those rankings can definitely help promote them as a team that is not inconsistent. They're a team they're a team that is playing consistently, and they just continue to ramp everything up. A 3-0 sweep in this series. A great result for them. As I see a lot of chatting here. Again, a big win for Astral Bebop. You're going to get an interview for them, I believe. We'll see what they say to it. But again, massive series win. As yeah, we are getting an interview with Astral Bebop. As, hey man, a big series win. We're going to take a look at that schedule here. Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong place. Yeah, Astral Bebop. We're gonna get an interview with looks like it's gonna be Skillers. Who wants it? Again, that's our schedule up. The match after this will be Ignition Academy versus Six Figures, another Skyward Series match. And welcome in Skillers! Congratulations for your win tonight. A 3-0 sweep. Not an easy thing against Overcast Arctic, but you made it happen.
Thanks, man. I had a fun time watching it.
I know, yeah,
I
you
wouldn't,
weren't playing, but again, do any of your teammates want to jump in and say something?
Normally they don't. I can.
Oh, I mean, I see agents. If one of them wants to say something in chat, they always can.
Okay.
Again,
yeah, Storyteller says no.
he's like, no, I'm gonna shut that down right now. But again, I got a big win. I know, obviously, you were watching as your teammates played on, and you know, I don't think you don't think you have any bad feelings about that one. Again, a big win. What do you think your team's chances are going into the are of making the playoffs? I believe it might even be 100% now with that win. But
yeah,
I believe there's scenarios that you may not actually make it, but for right now.
Well, we only have one more week till the playoffs. We have a week 8 and then 2-week break, and then after that the playoffs start. So
yeah, I mean, I don't believe your chances are fully secured, but give me like a percentage. What do you think your chances are of making it into the playoffs for Astral Bebop?
I mean, I'm pretty sure we got it 100%. So.
Okay, I was thinking you were gonna become with more analytical answer, but no, I just came with the full confidence answer, like you should. 100%, absolutely no way you go out in next week. Of course, definitely not. Although I think it is possible. But yeah, you guys have played so well that next week you're gonna against Odyssey Valhalla, another team that's currently 2-4. I mean, if you beat them, you definitely will make it. No questions. Even if you go to Game 5, a very strong chance you'll still make it in with how good your game differential has been this season. But maybe that series again between you and Overcast Arctic, because it didn't start out easy, but as time went on, you guys started to slowly get better and better, and it became a snowball effect until you absolutely outplayed them.
Well, the rotation we went with today is not a rotation we normally use. So it was we kind of just played it out, but our third dark definitely got more I would say comfortable and more like confident as the games went on, and it definitely showed. Both him and Story were like popping off like crazy. Daffy was getting some insane touches as well. So I mean, they really all worked well as a team.
Yeah, massive confidence. I also want to add this again. With the high likelihood that you are going to make playoffs, what is your thoughts about that? What's your thoughts about how you're probably going to make playoffs? Obviously, you're coming in as one of the tougher teams as well, but you're not in. But that top 4, they get a bye as well, and the chances of you making that top 4 are pretty unlikely, as currently all the teams up there are undefeated. But I mean, you're still going to fight for it. What does it mean, obviously, to make it into the playoffs here? Does it change your team's mentality in any way? Because I know a lot of teams change things up for the playoffs because they have something that works a lot better under pressure. Is your team going to change anything for that?
I mean, we're always working on new stuff. We're always trying to find things that will work better with certain people within our team. But I mean, we had the same thing when we went into playoffs, our first season together, playing in IGO, their last circuit. And I mean, we had no problems there, so I don't see why we would have any problems here. We were actually one of the lower bracket teams, and we made it all the way to semifinals, so I don't think we'll have any problems.
Like you're going to have any issues at all when it comes to
No.
next week. I like the confidence. You got to bring that into the playoffs. But if you want to talk about the playoffs, what do you think about your potential maybe for like a first in the first round? Do you care who you play in the first round? Do you care if you play a weaker team or a higher rated team? Do you really care about who you play against in the playoffs?
No, not really. I mean, we don't. It's one thing. That's one thing that we try not to do since IGOs. We don't look into teams. We don't see what their ranks are because ranks can be deceiving. We take every game as if they're the highest possible rank going into it. We never assume that they're good or bad. If they're bad, we keep at it, and if they're good, we just adapt. So
Yeah, I like that you're talking about that one. It was a pretty quick series. I mean, a 3-0 sweep is definitely against Overcast Arctic. Your team was favored to win, but a 3-0 sweep again was quite crazy. But again, a massive win. You go now. You're almost guaranteed to go into the playoffs. Is there anything you want to say about your match next week against FC Valhalla?
no,
Any
I
comments?
really
and if not about Odyssey of Valhalla, are there any comments you want to make about just kind of your season in general? Because your regular season is very close to a close.
I mean, it's been a very. I mean, we've all like grown together as a team more this season than last season. I mean, basically at this point, we're all trying to push up to get to the next tier. That's kind of what we're mostly worried about for the next circuit or the next league. But obviously, we're always wanting to improve for the next game for the next week. So
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. You continue to improve, you continue to get better and better, and as you get better and better, you're going to beat more and more teams, and you become more and more of a threat. You're already quite strong in this league, and man, I think for you next week, you have a very strong likelihood of making the playoffs. In the very likely chance that you do make it, I hope to see you then, because it's, again, congratulations on your win. Any shoutouts you have before we go to our next match?
just like always, want to shout out my teammates and also Astral United for being a great org and for you casting. That's about it.
Hey, you don't. Hey, you save your breath for other moments. Good win tonight, Skillers. Congratulations on congratulations on it. Have an amazing evening, man.
You too.
Another 3-0 sweep. These series have been quick. These series have been quick so far. But don't worry, we have one more, and maybe this series will be one that's close. Who knows? Our last series will be Team Ignition Academy versus Six Figures. Ignition Academy. This is not the first time they've been on the stream. This is like the fourth time they have. I think they currently have a record of like 1-2 on my stream. Let's see if they can make it a 2-2 record on the stream. As Six Figures have not been on the stream. I had played them before on my team, but we lost pretty badly, to say the least. Again, a series that Ignition would want. They are currently in the playoffs top 10, but wins here would make them very happy because there's a lot of teams competing, and they're barely on the cusp of going out. So a win against Six Figures, a team that is trying to fight their way into the playoffs. This could be a really fun series to watch overall. But we will go to a quick break. See you guys then when we do get there. But again, we'll be coming up very soon. Make sure to pay attention to that Twitter as well, at SpottyCRL, for updates on the rosters and the quickest ones you can get. The last series of the night, everybody. And it's on the 40th stream. Thank you all for sticking around with me if you have, or joining in right now for this series. It's one more Skyward Series matchup tonight. It's Team Ignition Academy versus Six Figures. A matchup in the All-Star Division for these teams, as Ignition Academy looking to keep themselves in that playoff spot. I forgot to actually make all the graphics correctly, but you know, it happens. It's okay. Again, it's a matchup that, you know, no winner of this will guarantee the playoffs, but for Ignition Academy and for Six Figures, the playoffs definitely looking in sight, and especially for Ignition, they're in that in that top 10 that would make the playoffs. They're currently number 9 in the league. A win here could push them even further up. Six Figures, a win can put them into striking distance. They're currently at 2 and 4, but not that far away. Only a few spots separate these two teams. And I'm sure both of them excited for a series that could bring a lot happening. I've seen Ignition Academy play a couple times. They as a team have that ability to look super solid, super unbeatable. They also have that ability to sometimes crumble under the pressure and look a bit lackluster. Six Figures, haven't seen them in a while. We'll see what happens with them, what they come up with. As now, info out for both teams. We're going to see if we can get them to jump in earlier here, or at the very least, they're going to have the ability to jump in earlier if they'd like to. And very similar kind of looking like to what we saw last series, except last series we had the team that was with the advantage was Astral Bebop. They were 5-1. This one, Ignition Academy was only 4-2, so it should be a little bit closer. And potentially we may not get a sweep this time, which would be nice because we've had 2 sweeps already today. And sweeps are quick, and sometimes they aren't always that interesting. Although I will say, they can be competitive, they can be fun. The Ignition Academy here, they want to get another win. They want to keep themselves in that playoff spot for Six Figures. Again, they want to push into those playoffs, and to do that, they have to beat the teams above them. And doing that directly, well, they aren't going to get many better chances than this against teams like Ignition Academy, and a series that, you know, is going to have massive results for the playoffs in the future. As for Ignition Academy, I don't think their biggest worry is Six Figures right now. It's the teams right behind them, those 3 and 3 teams. Because if they lose this Ignition Academy, that gives those other teams a reason to jump past them. And so, you always got to keep yourself one step ahead, and to do that, you got to keep winning the matches that you're given. Militia Academy this season has had its fair shares of ups and downs, and every team, you have to kind of ride those waves and just kind of play with them. But Militia Academy, after this, they'll have one more match. It'll be with Plasma of Overcast Esports, so that'll be a fun matchup. That team right now is currently, if I can find where Plasma is, they're currently the number 1 seeded team. So for Ignition Academy, a win here would really help them, because next week they really don't want to have to play against the number 1 seed. That would be pretty helpful for them. Not going against the team that has not lost yet in this season. Unfortunate draw. They have to have their last week match, but if they can win here, that will save them from having to win against the OE Plasma next week, which I'm sure Ignition Academy would be happy with. So in essence, really, if Ignition Academy loses this, then that might be it. Then that might be just be it for their playoffs, because it can be very tough for them to beat Plasma. Every team has a chance to make those comebacks happen, but you don't want to rely on those kind of upsets. If you're a team that is currently sitting in the playoffs, so looking for a win, push them up just a little bit further. And we're just waiting for both teams to jump on in to get this series underway. Hopefully, everybody's doing well. In fact, I actually might want to make that prediction poll for you all. You put your votes in on who you think will take the series. Ignition Academy of the Team Ignition organization. I know the Team Ignition organization has a lot of fans, and I'm sure that they will be piling in soon, putting a lot of votes on their team, but Six Figures, can't underestimate these 3. They definitely have what it takes. Again, we're just making sure that we confirm with these teams touch-ups before we get this series going. Make sure that both of them are in the lobby and both of them are giving me the A-OK to start the series. As we are still 4 minutes ahead, so they could wait those 4 minutes out. They don't have to jump super early. And just waiting on this series to start. It's the last one of the day, but I might as well talk to you about what happened earlier as well if you weren't able to catch those matches. We started off with Norick B versus Militia Esports. Militia able to keep themselves in the top 4 that would make the playoffs in their group as they take a win over Norick B in a sweep. We saw Astral Bebop sweep out Overcast Arctic. And for Astral Bebop, that win basically guarantees that they're going to make the playoffs and gives them a chance to even fight for that top 4 that gets the bye. Ignition Academy 6 figures. No team can guarantee playoffs here, but they definitely can make it easier for themselves, and especially for Ignition Academy. To make it easier on themselves, a win would be very much what they need. You don't want to have to rely on going against a team like OE Plasma and trying to get a win against them, because that just won't happen, most likely. You don't want to rely on those kind of upsets. As long as you beat the teams below you, you'll find yourselves in a pretty good spot, and a pretty consistent one too. Now in game again, we're just making sure we wait for 6 figures to jump on in. Again, just waiting on these teams to be ready. Again, they have a lot of time. I've sent the info to them pretty early, so they could wait as much time as they need to make sure they get it in. Just letting the time tick by. Final minutes. These teams are going to get their last messages into each other before we get ourselves going underway. Hello, thank you for the follow, by the way, Chiva. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Sportia stream. Thank you for joining. We got a best of 5 series for your Ignition Academy playing against 6 figures. Ignition Academy, if they win this, gonna look very good for them in their next week match, because next week they play OE Plasma, a team that is not lost yet, and so getting a win here can really help them, because they won't have to worry about having to beat them next week if they lose this. Sorry, if they win this, they won't have to worry about beating OE Plasma. If they lose, they'll probably have to beat them to actually get into the playoffs. There's something that they don't want. We wait for both teams to get ready and actually jump on in. See, 6 figures taking as much time as they need. They have it. We're still not actually at the match time that they have to join at, so they have time to jump on in and get the series started. As we wait for both of them teams to get ready. Ignition Academy will be on the blue side this time. They were on the orange a couple times in the past. They'll be on the blue this time. On the orange side will be 6 figures. Oh, they are here. And Snow Melody, aka Kaguya, last time I checked, aka on Discord they're known as if I were to pull up their Discord, they're known as Gwen Stacy, aka on Skyward series they're known as if I were to pull up, it's a lot. They're also known as, let's see if I can get it, aka Modus Operandi. A lot of names for this person. I think I'm just gonna call him Snow Melody for this matchup. No problem for us. I think we're ready for this series, both teams. Ready, final best of 5 for the night. It's Team Ignition, Academy, and 6 figures. Both these teams would like a win. It would better their playoff chances or current playoff successes. None of them have secured that spot just yet, and it will come down to these final weeks for them to really decide it once and for all. But a win here can definitely shake things up a little bit. As TJ clearing it long, maybe Ignition Academy trying to get an early lead here against a team like 6 figures, a team that is currently trying to play a bit of catch up to teams like Ignition Academy. You can't take them too lightly here. They are going to find ways to beat you and break you down. You have to find ways to respond to that. Is Cody now? The dribble play. Can't get past Snow. TJ to shoot it. It's off the back wall. Rival will be up and get this one in time. Drazix. Off the back wall in front. Saved away by Rival. Cody. Shot. On target. D-Heart gets the save. Ignition Academy is starting to launch an attack here. That offensive will sizzle its way out. Make way for maybe six figures to get a chance, but Drazix says no. He's gonna dribble. He's gonna flick. Rival to get this one off the back wall. Snowbelly with the dribble. Challenge on TJ. Pinched out for Rival. Off the sidewall in front. Snowbelly with the redirect. Drazix on top. Under D-Heart as well. Cody with the dribble himself, and you can see Ignition Academy trying to take this gameplay low, not trying to go to the air too much. Rather try to beat them in the ground game. Ignition Academy do have a pretty strong ground game that they like to use. Something I have noticed from them on the multiple occasions I've seen them play, that they won't always go to the they don't always like to go to the air, especially on offense. In defense, they're kind of forced to sometimes. Rival here, the shot saved away by Drazix. First real chance for six figures, and already back Ignition Academy's favor. Snow Melody off the back wall. Cody to read this one, not on target. It's off the corner. Rival, 2 touches. TJ to respond with the potential pass in front, but Snow Melody reads it. D-Heart demoed Cody with a shot off the. No, it's not off the crossbar. Just go straight in on the top of the net. Ignition Academy now with a 1-0 lead in Game 1 as this demo from Drazix opens up the space, removes away the potential of a clear out, and allows Cody to walk up and wind up for a shot. He'll place it well into the back of the net. Early lead for Ignition Academy. TJ. Yeah, looking for a pass in front, but he'll be pinched out. Back for Cody off the back wall. Not off the back wall, the side wall in front. Rival. No, nothing really there. Trying to find his way in, trying to split the Ignition defense, but didn't work. And now Ignition on offense. Cody, a bump as well from Drazix. TJ to shoot, and he'll get that one to the back post. Once again, the bumps from Ignition Academy, making some plays happen. But here, really a lot of it came down to chaos, but that's what Drazix is doing there, removing out that defender. I could have challenged TJ on that shot, but as soon as you get bumped out, there's nothing you can really do. You have to kind of leave the play and look at the demo and avoid that first before going for the save. Get your priorities straight. It doesn't really matter. It's still going to be tough to defend. Ignition Academy now upfield. 6 figures. Have a shocking start to this series for them. Going down this much this early, but they can still answer back. I'd be surprised if they don't have some tricks up their sleeve. Rival. Need to clear up, but Drazix. Off the back wall. Incoming is TJ. Snowbelly holds the line. Now looking for a clear upfield. Cody. One gets past Snow Melody. Infield though. Drazix has to stay on the line and save it. TJ. Ignition Academy now. Instead of going for that ground game, now going for that air game. Going for the demo game. And other than that kind of rotation you just saw there, haven't had too many mistakes on it. They rotate around each other pretty well. I mean, there's a reason why they're a team that's currently sitting in that playoff position. They just need to keep asking for it. They need to keep getting their opportunities. And TJ, with probably one of the best shots you'll ever see, puts that one in. It wasn't super powerful, but my goodness, it was placed perfectly. You could not have split the defense any better than that. TJ, with a shot that was absolutely calculated. Down to the millimeters of a difference. Ignition Academy now lead 3-0. Drazix beats past Snowbility. A pass in front potential, but it's cleared away. TJ through Rival. D-Heart doesn't like the touch, and Drazix will get another one. Ignition Academy are running away with game 1 here. They score goal after goal after goal. They win 50, and they just make the Six Figures defense so chaotic, so broken up. There's no way they can get themselves back together in time. As we're about to head into this final minute, Six Figures have a good amount of time to reflect on what happened in here in Game 1. Now Ignition Academy have come off to such a hot start. Snow Melody towards the blue net, but Cody dropped down for TJ. Dunks by Rival, but on it is Cody. He'll go past D-Heart. Looking for maybe a musty flick. And Ignition Academy maybe a bit confident here in that play, going for something like that. But they have a 4-goal lead. They don't need to score again. Game differential is important though, but they're most likely going to take game 1. Drazix. Air dribble. And again, Ignition making some changes here to go to the air game instead of that ground game. Switching up that offense mid-game here. And ultimately, again, making the defenses awkward. I really think that switch up from ground to air really put six figures in an awkward position. They had a tough time responding to because so many goals went against them because they didn't expect the players to go up so high into the air, or to kind of take that as a main offensive attack. As well as the demos and bump plays, just making chaos. Ignition Academy have done that very well this game, and they'll be awarded with a shutout win. TJ pinch in front. Ignition Academy will then drop it to the ground. A good start here for them. A game 1 victory, a good game 1 victory as well, leaving nothing to be desired. Six figures. And they're going to need to respond here. Six figures, a tough game 1. They want to get back right into the series, though. They think they have something that Ignition Academy don't. And maybe they do, we just haven't seen it yet. Teams now setting up for game number 2. We'll see if Six Figures have anything to respond with. For Ignition Academy continue to do their magic. Now everybody in the lobby now. Get this game underway. 5 minutes put back on the clock. As D-Hart trying to get past TJ, can't do so. Drazix now the challenge. Step up to the play and he put in a massive one, but his whole body on the line. As now a mistake here from Six Figures. They have to recover back, they do. Almost though. Almost countered by Cody because he was charging in on that one. Smelled blood in the water and, like a hungry shark, decided to swim closer and closer. There's no Melody to clear out, but TJ there. Up. No response, as D-Art will clear it back. Ignition Academy staying on defense here. Letting the shot come, but it's not really all that, not really all that scary for them to deal with. As long as Ignition Academy continue to do chaos on offense, and continue to go for bumps and demos, continue to make players from Six Figures awkward and panicked. And this is going to be really tough for Six Figures to come back from. But still, this game is tied up. They have that chance to take that early lead if they want to. It will come from offense. They have to make it happen. Ignition Academy pretty content with sitting here in the midfield. DJ in towards the corner. That's D-Art to collect, but he's bumped out. Cody misses his shot entirely, and Drazix careful in the challenge, and he wins it as well. Ignition Academy continue to hold the offensive half. Snowbelly to clear. Drazix sitting pretty far back here. Gonna be a tough challenge, but again, another massive win for Ignition Academy in the midfield. They continue to do that. They continue to put Six Figures in awkward positions, and they continue to get chances, but the shooting doesn't come often from them. They're pretty selective in when they shoot. At least right now. Six Figures going to maybe play the long game here. Wait until they get one good counterattack opportunity. As is now, Snow Melody to shoot. It goes under TJ, but not in. D-Hart off the back wall. Cody to get a touch. And Ignition Academy jump on that one quickly. Rival, though, to shoot this one. TJ, you get it away. Snow Melody trying to pre-flip this. Will flick out, but TJ read it the entire way there. Six Figures once again sitting back, having to wait as Team Ignition are going to try to put an onslaught on board. Rival beaten by Cody. This one bouncing down for TJ to score. A favorable bounce for Ignition Academy, but you can't say that they didn't deserve it. After putting on such great offense, at last they get one to go into the net. It was almost halfway through the game. Ignition Academy trying to continue making success for themselves. D-Hart will leave it up to Rival to get the clear out. TJ waiting back. Boomer downfield. Snowbelly misses this one. Awkward in front. Six Figures get the stop. Drazix Out to TJ, a passing play! Ignition Academy have gone for those before, and they connect on a lot of them. This is one such example. Drazix, so many times you expect a solo play, and he really made it look like he was going to air dribble to the back post. But he just instead lays it off to his captain, who has such a great opportunity to look at the net. And he doesn't make a mistake on that play. Ignition Academy now lead 2-0. They're going to make it free off the kickoff. It's Cody to score. Ignition Academy, just like they did in Game 1, stacking goal after goal. And they're trying to make this game out of reach quickly for 6 figures. Ignition Academy, a 3-0 lead here in Game 2. Another massive kickoff win. My goodness, that's in the corner. Ignition Academy, though, have to keep themselves poised on offense, and they've done well, but they also have to keep themselves disciplined on defense. 6 figures still can come back. They still have a reason to be in this series. There's still about 2 minutes remaining for them to get those goals that they need. If Ignition Academy continue the win challenge, continue to be this fast, 6 figures always going to be on that back foot. Drazix dunks out the play in the midfield. TJ with a shot, with a goal. And just like that, Ignition Academy make it 4. TJ with his 3rd. He's been a menace this game. 3 goals for him. He is not missing the mark often. And if Ignition Academy continue to do this, this could be a very long series for 6 figures and a very short one for Ignition that they would like to have. D-Hart, double tap in front. Cody to clear it away. 6 figures only getting half chances now on that net. Snow Melody to Wars. Cody pass back to TJ. D-Hart off the back wall. Drazix didn't like the look here, as he will now harass D-Hart away from getting a play. Now Cody's going to do his own job at that. 6 figures stuck on top of each other in the midfield. Ignition Academy now trying to drive the other way. Drazix can't shoot that one. Cody with the demo on Rival. 6 figures, though, and build offense from this. Drazix to dunk. TJ infield, and will get it past the last defender. The backfield is open. Drazix misses. Follow through from Cody. He will not do the same. Ignition Academy score again. And now, not in doubt anymore. Ignition Academy will lead 2-0 in this series, as they're taking a real beating against 6 figures. They're not taking the beating. They're making the beating. 6 figures have to suffer here as goal after goal goes past them. Ignition Academy not letting up any bits. Drazix, surprisingly, that's his first goal this game. Ignition Academy, it seems like they just want to keep scoring. It seems like now they're just having fun with it. They're mocking 6 figures. It's like a schoolyard bully. Ignition Academy just not going to give them any space to breathe here. Any space to think maybe that Ignition Academy have let up, because they have not. Looking for a 7th one. TJ is half his team's goals. Cody will dribble his way out. TJ jumps on top of it. Still, Ignition Academy break through. Drazix can't get past D-Hart. Cody around 1. TJ looking for a pass in field. Rival, though, rewards that net. Drazix up for TJ to clear, but Rival will beat it. Maybe a last chance here for 6 figures to get one on the board. But no. Still, in front. Snow Melody got the dunks, but 6 figures, they just can't buy themselves a goal this game. Ignition Academy now lead 2-0 in the series. A 6-0 lead, even worse than Game 1. And I didn't think that was going to be very easy for them, but Ignition Academy, specifically TJ, really got that goal. TJ got the scoring started for them, but the team continued to pull through. 6 goals. 6 figures, I believe that means that there's 10 goals unanswered that they have now conceded. Ignition Academy currently loving this experience. They only 1 game away from sweeping out their opponents and really having the best possible chance in the final week to make the playoffs. Something that I'm sure their eyes are on right now. Something that so many teams are looking at, wishing to have the same opportunities that Ignition Academy have here. Ignition Academy still have to win 1 more game. He's now 6 figures with a 1-on-1. D-Hart. Dribble downfield, trying to 50-50 to Cody. Wins. Snow Melody with the follow. It will go in. And this is a good start for Six Figures. Ignition Academy getting a bit carried away on offense with a double commit. And TJ as well, going for a squishy save. That's not the right decision to go for there, TJ. Generally, you want to go for the squishy save if you're in the absolute worst position possible back towards your own net. He had enough time to turn around there. Six Figures finally able to get one goal to help themselves out. Rival downfield, but answered by Drazix. Just Snow Melody bumped away. Drazix follow through. Will go in. Ignition Academy with an immediate response, and it's from Drazix07. As he will lay this one downfield to himself. Ignition Academy not done yet. They're not going to lay down in this game. They want to sweep. Cody off the sidewall. Back by Snow Melody. It's a rival. Maybe a chance. A goal for Six Figures. Another response. These teams using the kickoffs for goals as Snow Melody finds rival. And that's a perfect pass. There's no way Drazix can challenge up on that one early. He has to kind of jump early on it. And at that point, he can be faked out. Ignition Academy once again down in this game. Six Figures trying to make it a bit difficult for them. Really, you can see this goal from the early goal from Six Figures. So it's really helping them out here. Ignition Academy, though, looking for a response. Cody out to TJ towards the net, but it's no real power on it from TJ. For a player known to put so much power behind his shots. Surprising there that he didn't get any in that situation. Six Figures now in offense. In front for D-Heart. Razix with a light touch away. Rival in front of that blue net. TJ pre-jumps this one. Awkward for Rival, but he gets it back to his captain, Snow Melody. Flick past Drazix, a demo too. Now trying to get a bump on TJ. In front. There's a demo, but Cody clears it. TJ wasting just enough time for his team to get back. Six Figures now holding that midfield, but need to make sure that they hold it well. Well, Ignition Academy can come through and get an early goal back. Sorry, not an early goal, a quick goal back. Cody with the dunk play. One player left. TJ looking for the double tap. He'll get it. Ignition Academy with a high-flying response. Cody went for that bump play on D-Heart, forced him to jump for it. And TJ, how do you do? I believe he actually pool shot D-Heart into that one. Still a highlight reel goal. Ignition Academy tie this game up in a spectacular fashion. And that game only tied up. Ignition Academy. I'm going to watch out for the Six Figures team because you know they'll be at least making their response known. But that response, it will depend what it is. Drazix to beat one. Back. Snow Melody up for Rival. Towards the net. Ignition at that backfield left a bit open here. Shot from Snow Melody. It's off the wall. Drazix in front to get the touch out. And he just dunks D-Art out of his mind. Ignition Academy a little bit flustered on defense. And Six Figures finding ways to break through. Rival off the corner, but TJ clears up field for Cody. Two players commit from Six Figures. But still, it means that they can get the ball out to Heart. Off the back wall, cleared away by TJ. Usually the players who are really good at doing certain mechanics are really good at stopping them too. So TJ hit a double tap. Well, he's able to deny one from Six Figures. The Heart. The dribble actually keeps it close, but it's pinched. Six Figures have to now retreat as Ignition Academy look to make some early challenges. Cody will allow TJ to dribble this one up and maybe look for an outplay, but Six Figures with the pinch play. Downfield, Snow Melody. Six Figures, you can see, they're winning out this 50-50s. They're playing a lot more of a continually horse hit challenge kind of game. They're not leaving this play nearly as easily as Ignition Academy is. Academy more content to sit back, play a little more defensive, a little more passive, I think, as well. Not make any mistakes. They know what happens when they do overcommit. That was what resulted in goal one. Six Figures. They're trying to make a statement in this game that they're not out of it just yet. Rival demoed out by TJ. Again, you can see no second challenge from Ignition Academy. Trying to sit back. Snow Melody bumped out by Drazix. Cody with the backfield in front of him. Rival Cody off the back wall in front for TJ. D-Heart clears it out. And now he's on a one-on-one. Drazix, really awkward positioning there. He's not facing the right direction. So many players there want to go back and play some shadow defense. The Drazix caught with his nose facing towards the challenge, and you don't want to be in that position if you're the defender. It's already tough enough on a 1v1. Only makes it more difficult when you can't shadow defend your opponents and get back in time. D-Heart off the back wall. Drazix to clear. Final minutes. Does Ignition Academy have one more goal to secure this game? Or at least get themselves the win. I should say not secure because knowing 6 figures off that kickoff, it will never be secured, no matter when Ignition Academy get it. Drazix looking for an air dribble again. Trying to look for that go-ahead goal. Drazix downfield. Off the back wall. Saved away by Snow Melody. Follow through. DR gets the clear. Cody dunked out by Rival. Snow Melody in, but Drazix a little bit faster. Ignition Academy won crucial challenges in Game 2 to get themselves those goals. Now in Game 3, those crucial challenges aren't always in their favor. How do they respond to a bit of adversity? TJ with a dribble. Final seconds. Gonna make it useful. Fake play! No way, TJ! Oh my goodness, with that kind of a build-up! You expect something crazy from him, but instead, goes for nothing at all. His mere presence is what scares D-Art into jumping. TJ with the go-ahead goal. Will that play be what ends the series? Drazix waits on the kickoff. A dunk. Rival. Dunk by Drazix. No more doubt anymore. Ignition Academy take the series. Yeah, TJ's goal was pretty impressive. Drazix gonna do one of his own as he gets 2 dunks to get that ball into the back of the net. Successfully kills this game. TJ and Drazix with 2 goals late. And Ignition Academy sweep the series. Their best possible chance going into week 8. Exactly what they needed. A 3-0 sweep. A massive response from them. And well, maybe it's your cryptic tweets that helped them out. I don't know. You got some pretty cryptic tweets there. My tweets. Wow, messages. I'm still thinking of Twitter. You got some pretty cryptic messages there, man. Academy with a big win. A 3-0 sweep. That means all matches today were sweeps, so pretty quick, but hey, teams are showing up here when it matters most. Because for so many of these leagues, playoffs starting to become questions here. Starting to become on people's minds. Starting to become, we gotta think about Ignition Academy. Gonna jump in for an interview here. A big win. And a big moment in their season. They have to play OE Plasma next, and they're not going to be favored in that matchup, that's for sure. OE Plasma has not lost in their season just yet. Ad? Okay, I'll wait for you, Wall. Let me know whenever the ad's done. I'll wait for you, don't worry, man. And again, let me know if the ads have gone away. Wall, it's been a pretty good amount of time. Let's hope are those ads gone for you? Again, just give me a yes or no answer for that, and you're good to go. As again, a massive 3-0 sweep win. Again, we're just kind of setting things up. I know we'll be getting an interview with the Ignition Academy. Again, they're still setting up. They're trying to. I think they're trying to decide the people that want to go for it. That's fine. We can wait for it. We have time after all. A good amount of it. As again, that will be the last match of the night. They've been pretty quick here, all three of them, but happy to have them. They were exciting matches, really, but no real crazy upsets, I would say. No upsets today. We are going to take a look at the schedule again. All matches today were sweeps in the end. As for this first series, Militia Esports got a 3-0 sweep over Norick B. That was the closest of all the matchups on paper, but Militia was still expected to win, I think, for most people. Overcast Arctic, Astral Bebop. Astral Bebop took care of Overcast Arctic to probably secure their spot. In the end, Team Ignition Academy sweeps out 6 figures to give themselves a very good chance going into Week 8, as they have to play against the number 1 team in Overcast Esports, Plasma. As again, let's see who wants it. There's a lot. Alright, it looks like we have everybody who wants it. Yep, there we go. They got all the players they want to have in the interview. Hey, welcome guys, welcome. Congratulations on your win. The final series of the night, and it's another sweep. TJ, how do you feel now going into Week 8? You must be a little more comfortable now, knowing that your team has now got another win under their belt.
It feels good, you know. I feel like the boys played hard tonight. We just went in there with that F it, we ball mentality, and you know, we dominated and we played the best that we could. Feels good to be. I think we're 5-2 now, so it feels good having that record going into Week 8. Pretty much having playoffs secured. I'm not sure about that, but it feels nice. It feels nice.
I don't believe they are completely secured, but you give yourself the best chance here with the sweep, nonetheless. And so, unless I think there has to be a couple things happen that's out of your control, for you to go out of the playoff contention. But yeah, field sweep gives you such a good opportunity. Drazix, I'm sure you are thinking about the playoffs as well. You know, those first round matchups. It's going to be it's interesting to think about playoffs because, you know, there's a lot of scenarios that can happen. What do you think about what are kind of your thoughts going on as you were going through that series, but the playoffs? I know obviously those chances now for you guys are very likely to make it in.
Well, just like TJ had said, like we were in the FM we ball mentality. We were trying our hardest, you know, as we have Okenzie and Wall here. They were coaches. They helped us to get here where we are now. So.
Yeah, I was going to talk about it. How it's not just the players you're also talking about selecting. It's also the spectators, Volkenzie and Wall. Welcome as well. Very rare I actually ever have spectators in here, but gotta love it. You guys have unique views on of this team, and especially Volkenzie with how close that you are to these guys. Take me through kind of the growth here of Ignition Academy throughout the season.
I mean, they sucked, and then they got better.
That's blunt, Volk. That's blunt, Volk. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Don't worry, they'll secure playoffs.
yeah.
They will secure playoffs, but you know, we still got work to do. We're not done yet.
yeah, it makes sense. And Wall, you know, as a fan, you get to see the Ignition organization continue to do well. I mean, over in Black Lane, your roster is doing incredibly well, but to see Ignition Academy also do well, how does it feel knowing that you're representing your org, and what has the org done to keep you guys fresh, to keep you guys playing week in, week out, and to keep you guys getting better and better?
It feels pretty good, Ben. I mean, you know, Ignition, we do a lot of things right. So it's only fit that you know the work that we put in shows, you know, on our record, you know, and obviously the guys from the main roster love to help out the guys from the ACAD roster. So maybe you see a little bit of similarities in the play, man. Saying. Yeah,
I was gonna say. I mean, I didn't mention it in that series, but I have definitely mentioned it the first time I saw Ignition Academy. A lot of parallels from them to you, Sophie, Promises, and DTR. But man, a big win. Any last things you want to say? Because your next matchup is against Overcast Esports Plasma. Now, I hate to say this to you guys, but they have not lost yet. They are the number 1 seeded team. No one's been able to beat them. How do you? What are your kind of feelings going into? Obviously, with a 3-0 sweep, you don't have to worry nearly as much as if you lost. But you still have to kind of worry a little bit because they are still a really difficult team. You have to go all out on them, I'm sure, TJ.
Well, we're just gonna go in. We're gonna grind. We're gonna play our hearts out. We're gonna play the best we can. Do everything that we can in our power to play the way that we play our game. And again, go in with the F it we ball mentality. Go next if we get scored on. Good stuff. If we score, just keep your heads up no matter the result of the series. But we're gonna be confident going into that series, and hopefully we can ride that momentum.
I feel like TJ is going to. I feel like that quote is going to become like a slogan for this team. And
I hear it every other sentence.
Thank you. Yeah, this is my slogan. This is how we.
It's
win.
your slogan. Oh, so it's a slogan for the org. I guess Academy's just taking it from you. I think I smell plagiarism.
Smell it too.
And I think I smell a lawsuit now. I don't want to be involved in this too much.
Yep, they're benched now.
Lawsuit. Lawsuit, and Ziggy's the presiding judge. But again, congratulations on the win. Good luck with your court hearings, TJ and Drazix, and good luck in your next match in the Skyward series in Blackline. I know the Ignition Academy has been seeing some great results. Seriously, wow. Recently, I can't speak, and I was looking for more success in the future. Again, any shoutouts to that any of you four want to say before the stream ends?
Just look forward to the win next week.
Oh yeah, shout out Cody. He couldn't make it, but that's my guy right there. Love that guy.
Simple
Real
as-
sweet, baby.
Hey, you guys should be excited. It's a sweep. It's not easy to get a sweep against anybody, but you got a sweep. Now and now you guys are looking to continue the success. Again, congratulations on that. Again, have an amazing evening. Go celebrate. Go celebrate together. You guys deserve it.
Sir.
Dinner on me, baby.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bet.
Yeah, you're getting from the Mickey D menu.
Dollar menu.
Yep.
Oh goodness, I wonder what the team comms are like. Have an amazing evening.
You too, Sporty.
You too, Sporty.
Well, that was interesting to say the least. You get to see how the players react with each other. It's a fun, tight-knit community there in Ignition, and I'm happy to have known their teams for a while now. What a fun way to end off the stream. We're gonna get a raid going here to end off the night. Thank you all so much for joining. Matches were pretty quick, but they were still interesting. Great results from the teams that won. And thanks so much for all of you who joined. Been an absolute pleasure serving you. My name's Sporty FC, and take care, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow.